Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dojo Live GBTA 2025 in Denver, Colorado. I'm super excited because I am here with none other than CEO of GBTA, Suzanne Neufang. Thank you so much for joining me today.
You're welcome, Kim.
And our audience. Super excited. I was just telling her that yesterday on stage, I'm always impressed by your poise, and
Thank you.
It's like aspiration for me, so I'm very excited.
Very kind. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So to kind of get us started today, you have been at the helm of GBTA through some of the industry's most transformative years since 2021, I think, coming in a really hard time. My first question is inspired by the keynote speaker we saw yesterday. That's John Amaechi. I believe I'm pronouncing that correct.
Yes.
And he was talking about, a leader, and mostly that comes from the inside. But I'd like to know your vantage point. How has the travel leader or your leadership role evolved, and where do you think it's headed?
Yeah, I think in the beginning when I started in the late winter of 2021, there was a lot of post-pandemic trauma that the industry had experienced. And I think the early parts of my leadership were all about transformation and survival, and not just for the association, but also for the industry itself. And I think it has, thankfully, through years of hard work with my team, our members, and certainly all of our constituents, getting us to a place where there is growth and there's excitement, but I would say very purposeful growth, that it's not about unfettered growth really in our industry anymore. It's about the right trips for the right reasons and making sure that people going on trips get their work done.
I love that. Yesterday, talking about growth, you also unveiled the 2025 Business Travel Index Outlook. What's your headline kind of takeaway, the most exciting piece for you, and where do you think travel professionals should be paying closest attention right now?
Our outlook is, I would say, cautious but optimistic. I think there's still growth ahead for us in spend. It's a spend report, not a volume report. And that has to do with some price pressures that are still there, but also very much that there are still lots of good reasons to be going on the road for work. I think that's really what our industry should take from that, both travel manager side as well as traveler supplier side. And that even though our outlook that the industry itself will hit $2 trillion at the end of the next 3 years rather than at the end of 2 years, which we had predicted last year, I don't think that's necessarily bad news, and all of the suppliers who are here are really optimistic as well. There are those, though, who have been hit by other things with the economy that are happening. Trade wars and others have affected certain sectors. The U.S. government has stopped traveling in their civilian space, so I think that there are some who definitely feel some of those effects already, and those are very real, and they do affect us, and that's certainly part of our forecast.
I love it. I mean, I love how in tune it is, and to have a community like GBTA, I think, to help guide through that and help as a community figure out what's next and to support that and make decisions together and get through it all one more time. Talking about getting through things, technology, of course, is a big support in all of that, from personalization, predictive analytics, AI, everywhere, shaping the future of travel. Where do you see the most immediate impact of AI in corporate travel today? And maybe, again, what are you kind of personally most excited about or even cautious about?
In our CEO panel today, we had a little bit of time to talk about this. I think it's right to think about the ways that it can make us more efficient. I think that's where our industry has started, and how can generative AI make us more efficient. Agentic AI is right behind, and there will be some places where that can fill some gaps. And I think what the leisure side or the consumer side often talks about is being able to use AI to do all of your trip planning. It all depends on where that data sits. And I think within our corporate travel industry, negotiated rates and some of these schedules and other things are not widely available for any AI engine to learn from. So some of our systems are actually behind walls that the largest systems today can't get to. So I think over time that will change. I think there will be security and other things that go in front of it so that there can be some swim lanes specifically for consumer consumer-oriented companies that want this to be a way for
Right.
their business travelers to book. And I'm sure it's coming for us.
Yeah.
We are a bit away from that, but I think in the meantime, the efficiencies are starting as the first step.
Right. Perfect. And then, I think the efficiencies allow us to be even more human, which is what we aim for.
Wouldn't that be
Like
nice?
it
Yeah.
seems a little ironic, I think, but I love that as well. Coming back to you as a leader, a CEO of a global association, navigating a fast changing industry, a fast changing world, how do you personally balance innovation and advocacy while also taking, of course, all the members' kind of voices front and center? And how might you maybe encourage others to do that? Any sort of tips, tricks, this works well that you'd like to get out there?
Yeah, I learn from our members every day. And so I think we are an association that helps our members be better, but we're not necessarily the subject matter experts. And so we generate great learnings from the committees that are put forward by the volunteers who are members, who have either an interest or hopefully an expertise in that area. And they come forward then with webinars or other ed sessions that are here as well. And that is, I think, an important way for us to create the platform for debate, platform for learning, because that really is what we do as an association. We create the platform rather than the specific places. We don't take commercial sides, which is important because we're a buy supply side. So we don't pick the winners and losers. For us, it's really important that we create an opportunity for those who have great ideas to come forward and to be able to present them or win customers over with them. And that's really our role in that.
I think I love that. And, as on Dojo Live, we speak more in the technology space. And I see this alignment where aside from people, the big P word, partnership, and this idea of we're not the subject matter experts. And now all of this kind of opening up to be like, I can be better because you're better with me. And I love that absolute alignment. Final question, maybe the most important question of all: window or aisle?
Window.
And why?
Probably two reasons. I love looking over what I'm flying over because
unless it's water,
clouds, it's fine. But the other reason is if it's during the day and I need to get a lot of work done, but I also don't want to pretend like I'm in a flying tomb. I like to keep daylight, and I don't like to be out of control of having control of that window when everybody just seems to get in and shut their windows these days. So for me, it's absolutely window.
I love it. Or the opposite, if it's too much daylight, there's the occasion where you're like, oh dang,
could be.
Please,
then
could
you? Yeah.
I love it. It's such a pleasure. Now, if anyone would like to get a hold of GBTA and learn more about what you're doing, join you, get those amazing reports or whatever else, what's your suggestion on how to join the community?
Absolutely. You go to www.gbta.org, where everything is right there. If you specifically want our research, use a slash research, and you get to our research/membership. We'll get you to our membership pages. We have a growing global community, and certainly everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. And they make it so easy. Everywhere you go, the website, the applications, the event itself, to me, it's like the best place to maneuver. So absolutely. Suzanne, it has been a pleasure. Thank you so much for your time and your insights today.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Bye for now.